So the citizens of Smyrna and the refugees naturally assumed that the warships would land troops and protect them from the oncoming Turkish forces. What happened was something completely different. On the morning of September 9, a very smartly dressed division of the Turkish cavalry entered Smyrna and reassured the population that they had the city under control and no one should be concerned about their safety. But meanwhile, from other parts of the perimeter of the city, Turkish irregulars and Turkish soldiers entered the city and started looting it. They started from the Armenian quarter. There was a long history of animosity between the Ottomans and the Armenians, and most of the Armenians in the eastern part of the empire had been ethnically cleansed in 1915 during the Armenian genocide, but this big community in Smyrna had remained.
These brigands were hacking people to death, and the population went to the city. There were probably 500,000 people there with no home, no food, no anything.
At the Quay, they sat there, they waited here, the fire was coming, burning their things that they carried for miles from the inner part of Turkey to come to Smyrna to be rescued. The ashes were all over the place. The people looked like phantoms because of the ashes of the fire. Remember now, all the neighborhoods of Smyrna was burning except the Turkish neighborhood. They didn't touch that. So you have the flames, you have the ashes, the people waiting, crying, praying. And here you have the Tsetes, the Turkish cavalry army. They came, they started butchering the people. Anything that they could destroy, they were able to do so. And plus the fact they picked up the young girls, they raped them. And whereabout did they rape them? They took them to the cemetery of St. Fotinis Cathedral, which was one of the sacred places to rape them. But note that they brought the daughters back and they took the mothers to be raped at the same point. At the end, what happened? They butchered them, both of them. So in other words, they did whatever they wanted. There was no order in Smyrna. Everybody did, all the Tsetes, all the Turkish did whatever they pleased.
On the Quay, there are men, women, and children who are desperate to save their lives as the city is burning, as the Turkish army is moving forward through the city, systematically overtaking the city. People are literally jumping into the bay and swimming to the 20-plus ships that are docked, European ships, American, British, French, Italian ships that are docked there that are not allowed to take on citizens other than their own citizens. So if you were an American citizen, yes, you could get on an American ship. If you could somehow demonstrate to the French or the Italian that you had some affiliation with France, citizenship, or you had relationship with somebody in France, you could get on. But for the vast majority of Smyrnians, they couldn't, and those Armenians and Greeks that had come from the hinterland, they couldn't get on these ships. They're literally swimming out to the ships, and as they try to climb up, they're being pushed away with bayonets. There's some descriptions of people, getting their hands chopped off as they're trying to climb up one of the ropes to get on some of these ships. They are physically unable, or they are physically being pushed away by the military and other merchant personnel on these ships.